Hi folks, John Cordisco back again. Round 9, the last round of the second annual Gashimov Memorial in honor of Vugar Gashimov, who passed away about a year and a half ago from Azerbaijan. As white, someone that needs no introduction in the chess world, Magnus Carlsen, highest rated player ever in the history of chess, current world champion, against Ralph Mamedov from Azerbaijan. Let's get to it. Carlsen is white. Mamedov is black. It's going to be a Slav. You've seen this a couple of million times, so we'll just go through the opening here. Bishop d3, bishop takes, queen takes. It's pretty standard Slav stuff. Kind of a gambit line there with a c4, almost like the queen's gambit accepted in a way. e6. Castles. Bishop. Bishop d2, castles, rook f to d1. This is pretty standard stuff. Nothing really spectacular going on here. Bishop to a5, a4, develops his last minor piece, and then b4 takes the pawn, knight takes. Getting his pawn back, and then bishop takes. This is a weird trade. Okay, here we are. Now let's just stop and take a look here. Black has no bishops. We'll see how those knights do with all the pawns on the board. Should do okay. White's bishop's a dark squared bishop, quote unquote, his bad bishop, but it looks like it's okay. a5, just to close off, stop the b pawn push. D takes, finally queen takes. Alright, what are we going to do here? This is usually the point in the game where I just try to come up with a plan, and more times than not I fail. So what would you do here? Is black to move, knight to d5, hitting the bishop, putting that knight in a really good spot. Decides he wants to get rid of the bishop, but knight doesn't take. Tell you the truth, if knight took, queen takes, eyeballing this pawn here, and then he's got to start defending it. Who needs that? Queen c7 finally brings the bishop right out of the way, and the other knight comes up. Alright, computer's got about a half a point advantage for white. I think that Mamedov is doing fine considering he has black against Carlsen, and to tell you the truth, I'm looking at the ratings here off screen. Carlsen has a 212 point rating advantage. That's a lot. And Mamedov's no slouch. He's 2651. Knight comes up. Good spot for that knight. The only thing that can chase it off now is another knight. Knight to e4. Here come the battle of the knights here. Rook a to c1, he just develops his other piece to a good spot. Queen e7. Looks like you're just shuffling around. Knight to d6. Now every other game in round 9 was drawn, so all Carlsen has to do is draw here. But he's not the type just to sit with white and sit on a draw. Queen to a3. f6. Knight's got to come back. What to do? What to do? Brings his other rook around finally. And finally he gets to bring the bishop back. This time though, black takes him because he's already guarding the b pawn. Knight to e4. Knight to c5. Could have traded queens there, but decided not to. Magnus can play any position. I mean, any position. Forces him basically to take the knight. Pawn takes. Interesting, though. Just a little bit better, according to the computer, is rook takes. And I kind of agree for one simple reason. It keeps the pawns intact. But it's Magnus Carlsen. Who the hell am I to? Rook takes. Rook takes. Queen. Queen g4. It's like we're going to start maneuvering around with a queen, and that could be really dangerous. F5, queen B4, rook E4, queen B6, queen E7, queen to B3, king comes up off the bank rank. That's a good spot for that rook. And this is where Mamedov stumbles. Rook to E5. He went queen to E5. And immediately Carlsen jumps on it. Queen to F7. And that's it. Mamedov resigns. To give you an idea, after queen E8, queen takes. I mean, that's the end of that. It's over. So, congratulations to Magnus Carlsen, winner, I should say, of the second annual Gashimov Memorial. Vishy Anand come in second, I believe. And Anand now is number 2 on the live ratings list. Hasn't done that for a while. I believe Caruana is 3 and my buddy Nakamura is 4. So anyway, there it is, folks. I'm going to show some games from the Battle of the Legends, where Kasparov and Nigel Short played over the weekend at the St. Louis Chess Club and Scholastic Center. Some pretty wild games. You'll be seeing that in the next few days. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed the Gashimov Memorial. And I want you to remember, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
I played in the early 70s when I was young at the YMCA. They had a chess club on Friday nights downtown. And I played till about the late 80s, and I quit for a while. Got involved in local politics and business here and stuff, and I decided to come back.
But when Cordisco decided to get back into tournament chess, he realized there had been no county championship held in Broome County in nearly 40 years. When he decided to create the tournament in honor of his late younger brother, he worried the area wouldn't have the demand for the sport of chess. But he was happy to find out he was wrong.
It's something that once you are a player, you're always a player. Even if you don't play for a long time, you'll see a game and you'll pick it up. And it's one of those things you can go anywhere, any state, any country, anywhere in the world, and put out a chess set, and they know what it is.
Players at the tournament recommend everyone getting involved in playing chess because they say it is the one sport that just about everyone can participate in.
It doesn't really matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how strong you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what language your parents speak at home. It's just you in your mind against you and somebody else's mind, and that's the purest sense of sport.
Anyone can play chess. It's quite common to have little kids thump the old guys. I used to do that, and now I get thumped by them. It's just part of the process.
With the continued interest in the tournament and rising number of participants, Cordisco says he plans on holding the championship again next year. In Binghamton, Vince Briga, Time Warner Cable News.